Hello friends. Surely each of us wants to have a happy home and build it to perfection, but not every family has what they want. I used to think I had met the ideal man until I encountered many bitterness and still ignored and forgave them because I thought they truly loved me. My mistake was trying to remember the beautiful things in the past and missing out on the many good things that were waiting for me. It wasn't about meeting another man, it was because of him that I put aside my work, which he doesn't like me doing. Therefore, up to this moment, what he has treated me badly is because I am weak and have no opinion for my life. We knew each other when we sat in the lecture hall, we were in the same class, but we didn't talk to each other. During a performance at school, I was in charge of costumes for the whole class, and at that time, he got my phone number. We only talked about clothes, then talked more about studying and life. After that performance program, he texted, "I like you, will you be my girlfriend?" My heart fluttered, but I didn't agree yet. We arranged to meet for dinner to find out, and whatever would happen would happen. I agreed to be his girlfriend, and from then on, troubles began to come to me one by one. From a simple girl, I learned how to be strong and overcome all difficulties. While we were still in love, he went to bed with a friend from the same neighborhood. I was shocked and heartbroken. But what's more painful is that after he said goodbye to me, I found out about those two people. I did the foolish thing of holding on to him many times. He was determined and had no intention of coming back. I was depressed and my friends took me out to help relieve my sadness. I used to have long black hair, that's why he loved me. At that time I was desperate and cut my hair into a bob. I suppressed my emotions and threw myself into studying. A few months later another guy flirted. At that time I just wanted to forget him and agreed to be this guy's girlfriend. I didn't have any feelings at all. He found out that I met someone new. At that time he went crazy, and every night he got drunk and stood in front of my room crying and begging. He wrote me a very long letter and asked someone to send it to me. After reading it, I felt so sorry for him and decided to get back together with him, my mistake from here on out. We continued to be together for the next 3 years and then decided to get married. Like many other families, we also have arguments, conflicts between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, and conflicts about money and children. We still let each other go and continue living. After giving birth to our second child, we changed our workplace and moved to a new land to live. Here we owned a house for ourselves, built it up, and felt so happy. 2 independent and obedient children. I suddenly discovered that he had an extramarital relationship and that the girl was pregnant with his child. He brought her near the house where we lived and said she was a friend we were doing business with. I felt confused and decided to learn about that relationship. Discovering intimate messages and exchanges takes each other abroad to live together and raise the child in a place where no one knows of its existence. Earlier, he discussed with me that there was an opportunity to work abroad and would take 2 years to return. He promised to transfer $50 million each month so that my children and I could pay off bank debt and live comfortably. Used to believe that. But when I learned the truth, I froze. I went to see that girl and saw him watering her vegetable garden. They had taken care of the garden with enough vegetables and flowers, but at home, he left me to do it myself. If I asked him, he would water it some days it wouldn't. I called her out to talk and he told me to go home first. Let's talk in private, I'll make her scared and won't dare to meet her here. I still sat and waited for 30 minutes when he pulled her out and comforted her. You don't have to be afraid to leave, I'm here. No one will do anything to you. I suddenly felt sorry for myself because he had never protected me, thinking that my life was so bitter. I talked very normally and asked her if she knew if he had a family, and why he interfered with my family. She said she didn't interfere with my family and didn't compete at all. Hey, so you're the 3rd child and don't want to get in the way? I asked those 2 people if they truly loved each other, and they both admitted that they did. I laughed and said, you and I had a commitment to each other. If one of us had an affair, that person would have to pay all of the couple's debts and leave empty-handed, leaving the property to us. The other and the children. I'm not talking about our economic situation here. Let's talk about our husband and I in private. I told the girl, if you love him, See how much money is left in your account and add 1.9 billion to help him pay off bank debt and 300 million in external debt. She agreed to divorce and cooperate. Made for two people. You will consider your husband dead. She thinks far ahead, thinking about her children's and grandchildren's lives, not just thinking about a few days.